How's it going, everyone? I'm Josh from Elder Drunken Highlander, and this is Comboluted, our segment where we take complex and convoluted casual combos and explain them in a way that, hopefully, you'll understand. This episode, I'm going over a series of mono-red chain veil combos built around an assortment of different planeswalkers. Chain veil combos are combinations that involve planeswalkers and the chain veil in order to generate infinite planeswalker activations and sometimes mana. The most popular chain veil combos involve blue and center around either Teferi Temporal Archmage, which gives the CEDH deck Chain Veil Teferi its name, or Estrid the Masked in high power to fringe enchantment stacks lists. It is also possible to do in mono white using Gideon Martial Paragon, which we show in the deck tech linked above. The Chain Veil is a lot of fun to brew around, and we've decided to feature a Chain Veil combo or two for each individual color. This video is all about mono red. We will start with our simplest and easiest to visualize loop. Begin with Karn the Great Creator, the Chain Veil, Aggravated Assault, which nobody uses just for value anymore, and a metric buttload of mana rocks producing at least 9 mana. You can also use planeswalkers that add mana such as Koth or these two Chandras in place of mana rocks. Since we can use either walkers or rocks, I will call the mana source for this combo Mana Walks. Aw yeah, Mana Walks. Anyway, using Karn, turn the Chain Veil and then any of the rock variants of our Mana Walks into creatures. You may have to spread these activations out within the loops here, which is fine if you have the mana. Pay 4 mana to activate the Chain Veil. Now, pay 5 mana to activate Aggravated Assault. The Chain Veil will untap because it's a creature. Our Mana Walks will either untap or receive another activation once we tap the Veil. Once you have this loop, you can win using Planeswalker activations, tap abilities, infinite mana, and even attacking with creatures. Our next loop gets a little more weird. Start with Chandra Flamecaller, Clock of Omens, and Surly Badgersaur along with the Chain Veil, of course, in play. Activate Chandra's 0 ability and discard your hand to draw that many +1. Badgersaur will trigger. In order to continue this loop, you must discard 6 land cards. From there, Badgersaur will make 6 treasures. Tap 2 of those treasures to untap the Chain Veil using Clock of Omens. If discarding 6 lands per loop to get the mana we need seems like a big ask, we can also take steps to mitigate it. Adding Quicksmith Genius gives us more opportunities to discard a card every time our Badgersaur creates a treasure token. It's also just a great card for treasure decks in general. Krark-Clan Ironworks allows us to sack the 2 treasures we tap to untap the Chain Veil in order to pay for the Chain Veil, so with it on our field we only need to discard 2 lands per loop. Also, don't forget that we draw that many cards +1, so we will have more lands to discard each time. Once you start netting positive treasures per each new hand, you can start playing cards from those hands. Outlets such as Glinthorn Buccaneer or Psychosis Crawler would work here. You could also Chandra's Ignition your massive Badgersaur, put down any other planeswalker, or use something like Elixir of Immortality to loop your draws into a metric buttload of mana, although you can't draw more than like a 40-something card hand before Chandra starts to kill you with her 0 ability. Our final Chain Veil combo is a little more convoluted. To begin this combo, start with Koth of the Hammer, Doritos aka Duretti Scrap Savant, Contagion Engine, the Chain Veil, Clock of Omens, and 8 mountains on the board. You also need Mere Battlesphere in your graveyard and some way to sacrifice an artifact or creature. In this video, I will use Demon Mail Hauberk because I think it's a sleeper card that's really easy to tutor for in decks that need it. Begin by -2ing Doritos and sacking any old artifact to bring back Mere Battlesphere. You get 4 1/1 Mere tokens. Now, -2 Koth. Since you have 8 mountains, you get to add 8 mana. Next, you can spend that mana to activate Contagion Engine to put loyalty back on the walkers and activate the Chain Veil to give them another activation. Then, tap the Battlesphere and a Mere token to untap the Chain Veil using Clock of Omens, and tap 2 more tokens to untap the Contagion Engine. Lastly, sacrifice the Mere Battlesphere, and you're ready to restart the loop. So how do we win? The loop can net infinite Planeswalker activations. It can also net infinite mana with just 1 more mountain. It gets infinite untap 1/1 Mere tokens, and also infinite of whatever resource our sack outlet produces. Because of that, it also produces infinite enters the battlefield and also leaves the battlefield /death triggers. Lastly, it nets infinite proliferate triggers, so outlets like Crystalline Crawler that can abuse that will be able to win as well. One last little bonus combo. This isn't the Chain Veil in a literal sense, but it's a Chain Veil combo in spirit. Start with Planebound Accomplice and Cloudstone Curio on the board. You also need at least one of the mana producing walkers, as well as any other walker in your hand. Pay 1 red to put your first walker into play. Use their mana ability to make a bunch of red mana. Koth can -2 and give you a lot, while both our Chandras give you exactly enough to continue the loop. Spend some of that mana to use Planebound Accomplice and put your second walker into play. Cloudstone Curio triggers, and you return your first walker to your hand. Activate the second walker, and then use your floating red to replay the first one and repeat the loop. Simple and easy, no Chain Veil required. So what do you think? Are these mono red Chain Veil combos convoluted enough for you? Could you see yourself running these in any of your EDH decks? I know there are like a dozen mono red Super Friends players out there. Any room for these combos in between all the Chandras? No? Alright, one final thing. I always post expanded versions of these combos on the subreddit r/badmtg combos, so if you want to join the discussion there, check out the thread I made in the link in the description. If you enjoyed the video and want to help us grow, please share it with your friends. Also, like, comment, or subscribing would be appreciated. Lastly, you can check the links down in the description if you want to follow us on social media. We have Twitter, Discord, a subreddit, and lots of other ways you can contact us. See you next time, and stay janky, my friends.